Listen to the roar of that engine. That is a bad flex piece on a Y pipe for 2001 Isuzu Rodeo. And we're going to fix that today. Stick around, it's nice and easy. The Y pipe has totally rotted and is disconnected from the other piece of the Y pipe. If you're working on one of these, make sure you have gloves because these exhausts can get extraordinarily hot. And since this is underneath the car, we could try to get the bolts off here, but as you can see, they are so rusted. I'll move that up there a little bit. We're just going to take a 4-inch grinder with a cutting blade and cut those bolts right off. You just go to Harbor Freight, get yourself a cheap grinder with a couple of cutting blades, and that $25 you spent is going to be well worth it rather than trying to get these guys out. You'll be here for days trying to get those bolts out. And you just want as little amount of aggravation, and you want to make this as easy on yourself as possible. So that's what we're going to do now, is get the grinder and start grinding these guys out. Well, okay, we're ready to start grinding these out. Make sure you got a good set of gloves on, a new blade, and definitely wear some safety glasses. There's going to be a lot of sparks flying and a lot of crud and rust falling from the underneath your car right onto your head. Right there, bolts pretty much out. A couple quick whacks with a hammer. Once we cut the other side out, that guy should fall right apart. We might have to pry it a little bit with a screwdriver or a little crowbar, but she'll come right out of there. As you can see, this flex pipe completely just disintegrated. Due to age, bad conditions. But also, these bolts, if you try to get those out with a regular socket and wrench, you can see how rusted they are. You can't even see the threads anymore. That's where that grinder really comes in handy. This probably took me a total of 4 minutes to grind the heads of the bolts off. It just popped right out. So if you're thinking of trying to do this with a wrench and some PB blaster, it's not going to be good for you. Just spend the extra money. $25 is well worth all that aggravation and busted knuckles to get this guy out. This was actually relatively easy. So what we're going to do is just hit the other ones and grind those off, and this guy should just pop right out. We've taken the old Y pipe out, and as you can see, we put a jack underneath the muffler to help support it and to help align it whenever we do install the new Y pipe. That'll just make the job a lot easier. Well, now it's up to check out our new pieces. So here's our new Y pipe on the left. It's nice and shiny with our old Y pipe that was broken. Down at the bottom right, it's all rusted out. We're also going to replace it with some brand new 9/16 bolts, and we're going to replace all the gaskets while we're at it. Not go through all that trouble just to put the old gaskets on and still have some leaks. So spend the extra couple dollars and get yourself some new gaskets, and hopefully our ride is going to be nice and quiet after this. When you do get your Y pipe in and you put your bolts on, leave them a little bit loose so that you can make adjustments and help you line up your other connections. After you've made all your other connections, then you can take your bolts and tighten them down real good. So we're going to do that now. We have one more connection to make to the muffler, and we'll tighten them up and we'll see how it sounds after that. Okay, we're just tightening up this last bolt, and we're going to fire up and see how she sounds. I gotta put that German torque on her good and tight. Good and tight. Not too tight, you don't want to strip those threads. Let's fire this baby up. Oh baby, listen to that engine purr. Well, this is something that you can definitely do on your own, and it's going to save you a boatload of money. Labor is probably going to be about $200 to $400 if you go to a mechanic, and they're going to charge you a 30 to 40% markup on price. Just go to cookingandcars.com. You can learn all kinds of cool stuff to save you money on your car, and you learn a whole bunch of cool recipes. Show us a little love by visiting our sponsors. If you shop on Amazon, go to cookingandcars.com and use the click-through banner. And if you're going to get your auto parts, get them from our sponsors on Cooking and Cars Advanced Auto Parts. Thanks for watching.